Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And my question of today is, what is your end of the year XRP price prediction? So the 31st of December, what do you think the XRP price will have hit by then? Stephen Bull from The Deep thinks, if XRP didn't reach $7 by the end of 2021, then block me immediately. So I, of course, have my block button ready because, well, when people say this type of stuff, 9 out of 10 times they either delete the tweet afterwards or everybody just forgets because, well, we're not really quite sure whether or not this is going to happen. I want to quickly come into this one, right, and say, I personally think any amount of gains we've talked about in the last couple of weeks are literally possible regarding XRP, ADA, Polkadot, whatever. But specifically towards XRP, I feel as if they've been suppressed for a very long while, and this lawsuit, which really we found out doesn't really make too much sense, has put such an immense pressure on them. Had it not been there, or had it been settled in a very positive manner, XRP would have been at all-time high, potentially times 1.5, meaning about $5 or so. Since we got suppressed for such a long while, once the lawsuit gets fixed, I'm not sure if we'll actually moon rocket towards 5 instantly or so, because a lot of the people who have bought right now are already doing so in anticipation of a huge bullish, I guess, outcome when the lawsuit materializes, and the people who didn't really believe in it have already sold. So basically, we're kind of at an equilibrium where a lot of people will only buy that have really kind of lost faith in XRP and have to buy back. But most of the holders have already bought in their bags full. So a $5 rush, which is basically times 11, times 12, times 11 again, I think, would be very, very heavy, but still quite possible. Seeing as if that lawsuit might settle at about July, August, something like that, which, by the way, is going over really quickly. I remember when we were all waiting for the Spark freaking snapshot, which was the 12th of December. We're already in freaking I guess a third through March. Let's say a fourth, I guess. But it's already going ridiculously crazy how fast everything is going, right? It's really mind-boggling to me. And by the way, if you are enjoying the daily crypto updates, make sure you press the like button. Helps me out a ton because of the YouTube algorithm. I think it just helps, so why not, right? And so, a $7 price prediction by the end of the year would not be crazy considering, well, we can get this lawsuit fixed. If it's positive, $3, $4 is pretty damn simple in my opinion. Plus the fact that we've finally gotten this recognition, which is basically the same as Bitcoin and Ethereum then. We got the banks who can now openly announce a lot of these things, which I've, by the way, said before, they probably have a lot in the background which we are not too aware of. But yeah, that can settle itself out too, and Ripple can kind of go out of hiding and can really push through in the US too, because they've said, but only 5% of our customers is from the US, 95% is out. True, yet a very big influence will come from out of the US. So settling this one, it could really be amazing. And $7 is just a very small part towards the road. Now, having said that, I want to talk a little bit later about this article specifically, but XRP still presents a huge risk to exchanges, says the Kraken CEO. So does it to us as holders, basically. And the reason I am saying that is because, well, if you're a holder, you're basically now waiting for the SEC to come out with a positive verdict, which we've already established is not necessarily the only solution because, I don't want to say they're corrupt, but, fill it in for yourself. They're a little bit strange with the way they're handling things. By the easiest example, they haven't given Bitcoin and Ethereum the same treatment. Why not, right? Why not? And how can they still verify that XRP as of this point is a security? I still can't really come up with it, but they've admitted XRP as of this point is just under question. It's not a security just quite yet. Yet exchanges all had to delist it, whatnot. It's really strange. But think about it. It is not completely in the clear, as we don't know what the SEC or the whole America's bigger goal is with the whole crypto stuff, because a lot of people have also said crypto might really get banned eventually just because they think it's too scary. Now, Jesse Powell posted, huge asymmetrical risk for exchanges. Let's actually cover it now. Let's not wait for later. Kraken CEO Jesse Powell has defended the decision to halt XRP trading, which I think it's really quite interesting, because the court has the final word, is what the SEC said, where it was basically said that the SEC didn't really stop all these exchanges from listing it. It was them themselves, so the exchanges should be blamed. Yet some of these exchanges have said, well, it's not really up to us because in hindsight, the SEC would say, you should have known, right? And that's, again, basically the fight that's going on right now. Powell claims that judges tend to side with regulatory agencies, saying, have to assume SEC's case is in good faith. Judges tend to side with agencies. If XRP found to be a security, SEC would say that exchanges should have known. And that is, in my opinion, also why Coinbase decided to stop listing, because at first they said, well, we're not stopping the listing unless the SEC tells us to do so. And then we kind of look back at a couple years ago when some exchanges asked, the SEC said nothing. But right now, when Coinbase had that legal talk with the SEC, all of a sudden they changed their mind and actually did suspend XRP. That really brings it to my head that the SEC said, well, now you got the warning from us. We are giving you the attention that it can be a security. And if you're still trading it, then eventually some people might come up and say, well, you sold us a security or you made money on securities. We want to sue you for some apparent reason, or apparent reason, I guess. And the judge might say, well, I mean, the SEC was already suing them, so you should have known, you should have taken it off because it was such a risk. The SEC right now is saying, oh, it's not a security until it's proven a security. We're just alleging something we don't know. We're just kind of proving or trying to prove something. But I can understand from the exchange's perspective that this is really crazy and really scary. And it's definitely an asymmetrical risk. I get that very much so, guys. So I guess I should also be a little bit less angry at these exchanges. Uphold in the end was right about things, but I guess now that they have removed it, it is going to be impossible to actually get it going again unless the SEC comes up with a verdict. To remove it is basically the act of saying, okay, we believe the SEC, we believe in their standpoint, and thus we are aware that this might be a security and we're taking it off to protect the investors. By leaving it on, you might also, again, bring up the argument saying, well, we are not siding with the SEC because it's just an allegation. Nothing has been proven, and once it's been proven, we'll take action because that's what you're supposed to do. Like, for example, uphold. But once you've taken it off and you want to put it back on, it's like, well, you saw it all. You saw us do the allegation, or you saw us allege, and now you want to take it back? That's a little bit sketchy because you want to make some more money on securities, even though we have already warned you and you've taken it off because you thought so too. So yeah, it's very, very difficult. Jesse Powell here actually posted in a tweet, because that's what the article here is based on. Huge asymmetrical risk for exchanges. Have to assume SEC's, case in good faith, we just saw it. Safe harbor pending outcome would have been responsible if only purpose is to test. And I really am quite unknown about this. I really don't know exactly what the goal of the SEC is here in this case either. I really don't know. Now, I just saw this video from Crypto Eddie with John Deaton and, what's his name again? Jeremy Hogan. Insightful discussion with questions answered from the XP community. RE SEC v Ripple case from attorney John Deaton and Jeremy Hogan was definitely quite good. I'll talk about it a little bit later in the video. XP Godfather said, Ripple's legal team, especially Mary Jo White, are longtime good friends of Gary Gensler. I'm sure they'll work things out very soon. And I always like to point out these types of things where I think it is important to see some of the connections, yet people are putting too much faith into them. Meaning, even though they might be the best of friends, you can have, against going minds. I don't know what the perfect word for that one is. Contradictory minds, whatever. Where he thinks of it really differently than she does. And even though they might be the best of friends, they might still have to battle in court, theoretically speaking. So they might be best friends, but that really doesn't say anything about the case, in my own personal opinion. The only thing I would say that is nice in this regard is the fact that they might have a potential to discuss it with kind of faith, where Gary Gensler might hear it from their perspective and really might give that a fair shot and a fair idea, basically, instead of just ignoring each other and you'll see it in court. No, they might talk about this humanely, yet if that was really the way they wanted to do this, I think they would have canceled the whole lawsuit a little while ago. In my opinion, everything would have played out a little bit differently from the start. Yet that might also be because Jay Clayton messed everything up. I'm not too sure. All I know, guys, is we'll wait for the end result. It's still looking pretty damn positive, in my opinion, yet it's all stemming up to what the U.S. has in plan for crypto. Then the Moon Carl came up and said, who came up with the stupid idea that banks should be closed on the weekends? And honestly, guys, this is also one of the very, very best examples of why XRP really is something that a lot of people are going to wish they knew earlier. Understand that what is happening right now is a shift in the banking system, partially, and a shift, of course, in the kind of the financial system as a whole, where basically the transfer of money right now is so costly, so time-consuming, so annoying. Is that the right word? No, it's not annoying, but it's just cumbersome. They want to make that better, a lot more transparent, a lot quicker, a lot more efficient. Guys, think about what we have put money in. You might say, Dusty, but Ethereum, Cardano, yada. Yeah, they do things. Do they do the same thing though? Did they try to solve the same problem? No. And in my opinion, what XRP is doing is a very, very important problem, and they're really the best at solving it, as we've seen before. Swift cannot beat them. Will XRP slash Ripple take over 100% of the banking, everything, yada, yada, yada? I'm not sure, right? I don't think that's their plan. I don't think that's a logical thing to ask for. Does that not mean that Ripple will be extremely successful by only taking a small percent? Yes, sir. They would be extremely successful. Theoretically speaking, taking over only 1% would make them achieve more than 99% of the companies on the freaking world, right? So achieving 1% of the global transmissions, or what is it called now? The global exchanges. Guys, my English is not working out too well today, isn't it? Is it? Whoa, I'm having a brain fart a little bit. You guys get it though. If they only were to take over 1%, that would already be way too much to ask for, in my opinion. I think they can get more though, but again, we should also try to see from the small perspective and be like, hey, 1% would already be ridiculously amazing. What if they were to go for 10? What if they were to go for 30? What if they were to take over the whole system? It's all nice. It's all not necessary though for already a great future for us as XRP holders and for Ripple as a company / I guess being part of the financial revolution. Then Finbold posted Bitcoin is tens of thousands away from overbought territory, study suggests. I don't like to show these types of studies as it's really some type of faith you have to put in them. And I always say, if an exchange puts up something like that, you already know that they're doing that because they make money regardless. They don't really care. They think the higher the price goes, the more money that they'll make, which is true, right? So they, of course, want this to happen. Now, from a different perspective, though, I do agree with the title, at least, saying that we're not even close to being really overbought in terms of the whole crypto market. I think we're really quite early into everything once more. And I think, well, we saw the last real dip we needed. Was it deep enough? Kind of... well, that kind of depends on what you find. Okay, I'm getting a little bit distracted here. It depends on what you call deep enough. In my opinion, we should have dipped a little bit further, yet we didn't. So can we sustain this bull market right now? Well, yeah, of course we could. Are we going to though? Again, I'm not too certain. If we had dipped a little bit, I would have said, yes, it's only up from here. At least it sounds more logical to me. Right now, though, it's still a question. Is the bull market over? Definitely not, in my opinion. But is this, today and tomorrow going to be just full-on gains again? That I cannot tell. But what I do know, guys, is I'm buying coins like a madman. I've actually stopped today to not buy anything because, well, my pockets are running dry. But oh guys, if only I could print inside your minds whatever I'm buying here to also buy too, I would. However, I cannot give advice, and thus I'll always be a little bit careful. But these coins I'm buying, oh my days, are they profitable? So I really wish the best upon you guys. And just, if you really have no idea, this is again not financial advice, it's just me as a person, what I would do is I would just buy the whole top, I would say top 10. Then if I really had some money left and wanted to kind of explore a little bit further, top 25. And then if I really had some spirit, I would just buy the whole top 50 and just hodl that, because in the end, you'll make money. If crypto goes up, you are guaranteed, almost guaranteed, to make money. Because, well, these are just some valid coins. These are the coins that most people have. These are the coins that most people want. So why limit yourself to only one or two? Buy a whole bunch. I personally think that's a really good idea. But again, that's just me as a person. Then I wanted to show some XRP shorts, but I guess we'll leave it at that. I've also seen a lot of longs come in the last couple of hours, so I'm going to skip that a little bit. Jack Dorsey is offering to sell the first tweet as an NFT, and the highest bid is $2.5 million as of this point. It's going ridiculously crazy. I don't know exactly why people are doing this, but a lot of people are building NFT portfolios right now, going pretty heavy with all that type of stuff, going pretty damn happy. I still am not too great at NFTs in sense of designing them / making them. I understand exactly how they could work and how it can really be useful, but I don't really get this ecosystem when people are trying to set up. I think it's just going to really overinflate a lot of things because it's not that valid. But again, if I'm wrong, let me know. In my opinion, what is happening right now is there is basically a tweet right now minted on Valuables, the platform, with basically just Jack's signature. So you're buying this of his tweets, which is the first one. You should know that, I guess, then. And you're buying his signature to say, hey, this is really real. But I'm always thinking, what if it goes to a different platform and just makes a different one and just goes to a different platform, makes another one? He could really make it lose his value once he has sold it, and he can just do it again. What is going to stop him from doing something like that? You might say, yeah, but Dusty, whoa. What is going to stop him from doing that? Or what's going to stop him from setting up another one just kind of similar, a little bit different, but similar to it? Just basically selling the same tweet twice. Or is there a direct integration with Twitter towards this platform where you can only sell one thing once? I'm not sure, but I would personally think he can just set his signature as many times as he wants to, right? Why could he not? And that's something I really don't get. But yeah, maybe I don't get the NFT part too well. He's, I guess, also, good with Twitter, so he might know some way to really make sure this works out to remain scarce. But I personally don't get the whole system behind it. Maybe it's just on the basis that people won't do that type of stuff, or on the basis that people won't wreck their own prices or on their own goods. But once you've sold it anyway, then why not just break the market and sell it again? Some people might not know. You might make a couple $1 million in a very short amount of time here. Maybe he just doesn't want. I'm not sure. But let me know in the comments down below if you know. And then XLM on the brink of a 35% move according to Key Indicator. Guys, just want to say, man, I've been hoarding coins. 35% is the least of my worries. If people are talking about a 35, 20%, whatever, I'm not too interested. I mean, some of the coins we've talked about in Discord, which, by the way, I recommend you guys to join, have just done like time 10 in like, I don't know, 3 days or so. Join the Discord, guys. Come explore. Come check it out. Crypto is crazy. Still a lot of profit to be made. And also check out GSX, the first gold-backed coin, the first growth coin. It's the first of its kind, in my opinion. It is pretty damn interesting, and I put a couple $1,000s into it. I'm hoping for a times 25, times 40, something like that. It's just what I usually like to get with these initial buys, but it's not a guarantee, right? We could literally lose all our money. I know it. I definitely know it, and thus it's always your own risk. But it's right now 10 cents a pop, plus a 9% bonus, plus a 5% bonus for using my link. So just go check it out and see whatever you do. I personally have a couple $1,000s in it. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed this. I'll see you again in another crypto video, and take care, everybody.